and the few people that are teachers and can't make this time work. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started. First of all, we're this team huddle, I definitely don't want to just be like sitting here talking at you guys. So we're going to be asking you guys some questions, and we really do want to hear from you. We want to hear like what's on your heart or your feedback with the things that we're talking about today. So please use the chats and whatnot. But where should we dive in, Eden? Because
I was just gonna say in the note that we made, are we starting at the top and moving down?
I don't know. We didn't decide.
Oh,
I was a keyboard warrior.
I mean, should we just ask this question? Let's just ask we have like a few questions to ask. And so that'll be good because then let me make sure I open up my chat because I don't have my chat opened up.
Today's team huddle also, we want to go over like how you all personally and individually feel it's going making money with doTERRA. Like we are going to be talking about a little bit more taboo subjects, like how you are actually feeling about that and how you're feeling about the needle moving activities in your personal business, like what's working for you and what's not working for you. Mm-hmm. So unmute yourself, put in the chat however you want to participate, but we want to go over and remind everyone like the 3 ways to make money in doTERRA. And
does anyone remember that? Like,
yeah,
what are the 3 ways that you can make money right now? Like you want an income right now. What are the 3 ways? And Sydney and I were saying like, we kind of just want to go over this quickly every single team huddle because a lot of times people are like, oh, I'm not making any money. So like, what are the 3 ways that you can make money like today?
And you can put it in the chat or unmute yourself.
And if you get it wrong, you're in trouble. Peyton got the first one, fast start, my fast start, power through unilevel. So unilevel, yes, that is, but that's like long-term. That's like when you are consistent, your unilevel will be your biggest payout. But right now, it's going to be like $3 or $2.
Megan, also, you're so new that Megan doesn't even know about the community.
So she doesn't even know.
Bonus. So Megan, you're learning about this incentive.
Go, Megan. Incentive bonus. Yes. So all of you have leaders who want to invest in you. And so they have created their own bonus for every single one of you in their community to be able to make money right away. So the incentive bonus, if you don't know what it is, when you enroll 3 people of 100 PV, you'll get a $50 bonus. When you enroll 5 people with 100 PV, you'll get a $100 bonus. So those are the first 3 ways that you can make money immediately. Your fast start, 20% of whatever someone enrolls with or purchases in their first 60 days. So their enrollment, your power of 3, the structure of where you place them, and then your incentive bonus.
Mm-hmm. And so what we've also tried to make happen and have at the forefront of all of our minds is a way to make money, not super quick, but get at least your oils paid for, at least, so that that's not coming out of your family's checking account budget for groceries and other things. Like we are trying to make this so that it's lucrative for you from like the first month, the first, second, or third month, at least. Like, so that's how we're really wanting to get like money in your pockets quicker. Okay. Also,
it's actually really cool. Like someone actually just asked me this the other day. You're like, okay, so as a wellness advocate, they're like, as a wellness advocate, do I get a discount? And I was like, no, you buy your oils. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, that's the cool thing. People that sell doTERRA use doTERRA. They're not just selling to be like, oh, this is get rich quick. They use doTERRA and they would use it whether they sold it or not. And so actually the fact that wellness advocates buy them every single month at the same price that wholesale customers buy them for is actually kind of amazing. And so yeah, that's our goal. We just want your oils paid for as quickly as possible.
Because we also want it to be easy for you to think about building your business without the stress of, oh, this is costing a lot of money, which brings us to our other questions that we want to really hear from you guys. So please, again, put in the chat or unmute yourself. But what do you guys feel, or what do you feel like personally you're doing to build your business every single week? And it can, like, the sky is the limit. We really want to hear what's on your hearts of how you feel you're building your business every week, every day. And there's no wrong answer. So don't feel silly if you feel like there's a right answer. Brooke, Reels are really starting to grow my account on Instagram. Good. I'm so glad.
Brooke, are you noticing that? Just because I know we had a conversation the other day, so I would love to like hear a little bit more of that.
First, I have to just say I missed my turn because I was typing.
I'm
Second
sorry.
of all, that's okay. Actually, second of all, yes, but it's interesting because it's some people which are actual quality people who I feel like are there to learn from me, and then there's also these random like Hindu guys that are following me now. Which how do we
Yeah.
get rid of those people? But other than that, yes, like I have seen a growth in my account now, so that's cool.
Amazing. So I reached out to Brooke the other day and just told her like I see a change in the way that she's showing up on social media. She is posting every single day, 2 to 3 times a day, consistently, and it's not also just like filler stuff. They're short, they're simple, and they provide value like perfectly. And I noticed like without her even telling me I'm going to start doing all of these things, I like she'd pop up in my feed. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was so good. And then I like want to share it because I'm like, that's so valuable. Like that little aha moment could bless so many people. And so I reached out to her and I told her that. And at the beginning, when I first told you that, you're like, I don't know if I'm seeing the growth, but I guess I'm just gonna keep doing it. And I'm like, keep doing it. So I love that you're like, okay, actually I'm seeing some growth because consistency. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing, Brooke.
Mariah's saying starting
In progress.
oh, there we go. Starting doing how-to reels on TikTok and Instagram. Those are so fun. How-to content is, it's actually a really great creative outlet. I love doing those too. And then Megan saying that personally, she's showing up and sharing more of how I'm using the oils rather than forcing selling and being desperate. It's so true because desperation, everyone can smell desperation from a mile away on stories and social media. Payton, educating myself on all the products I have and use daily in my home. Okay, Peyton, going a little like different on us. We baked left. I love this. I find that it's easier to share about it on Insta and with friends when I continue to learn about all the benefits about the products. Okay, I actually need to start doing that because it's easy to stop learning about the products and stop educating yourself and just spew information to everybody.
Can I say something about that, Sid?
Yes.
Well, it's just like I find myself reaching for my same 8 oils every day, which is great, but I have an entire shelf of so many oils. And I'm like, I feel like lately, as I've tried to like try different things or the new products or like using PB Assist, like the new PB Restore and stuff, I'm like, the more that I use it, it's so much easier for me to be like, no, this is changing my life instead of like, I know what it is, I know what it's doing, but it's so much easier to like talk about it and be excited when I really am knowing what it's doing. So I feel like that's been really helpful.
That's the best. And that's inspiring me now because I haven't done that for a minute. And it totally shows like then you're not as excited to talk about certain stuff. Like, and you kind of rack your mind, like, what can I share today on Reels or stories? I'm doing the same 8 things all the time. But when you're learning about DDR Prime or cilantro or your PB Restore, you're excited to talk about it. Okay. Taryn had something to say too. I started making a monthly content calendar for myself with 4 or 5 pillars of content to share, a mixture of reels and stories, and I feel like it has helped me post. Okay.
Great.
Taryn, do you have like a content calendar like template that you're using, or did you just make one yourself? Maybe she's
So I modified one on Canva. It actually looks like this.
okay.
Amazing.
So like I was sharing like the pillars like advocacy, education, entertainment, inspire. So like advocacy, like every Monday I would advocate why I like use these products. And like in the box like these. So the ones that are highlighted are what I already posted, but I have it by date. So like I already know what I'm posting and like what my captions are going to say, if that makes sense.
You're so organized.
Well, I feel like I've
Huddle.
learned, like, if I don't have it planned, I don't post, because then I overthink it. Like, that sounds silly, but I'm like, I guess I psych myself out. But if I already have it like planned and I like teach myself and like I feel like confident in it, then when I share it, I don't feel like desperate. I feel like I'm like genuinely sharing something. If that
Wait,
makes
Terry,
sense.
I gotta say this real quick. How many people have you enrolled this month?
5.
Like so many people.
And how many last month? Did you do this last month?
So I actually, with like convention and stuff and like doing 2 different weddings for my like best friends, I didn't do it last month and I had 0. But in the month of August, I did do it and I also had 5 enrollments.
Okay, is that scientific? It's science.
I just think that is so cool. The like what you are pouring into your business, that is like actual needle moving actions that you are taking to move your business forward. And it is resulting in enrollments because you're sharing and you have it planned. And so, like you were saying, where you get like overwhelmed or stressed when you're like, I don't know what to post, and then I feel desperate, and then I second guess myself. And you looked at that and you're like, okay, how do I solve that? And so you planning your content out solved that. And now you can share the things that you love and people are seeing it. And once again, the word consistency is going to come up. You're being consistent and it is showing that it works and it's bringing people in. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm so proud of you because you can see like your growth in this and it is paying off, which is awesome.
But that also leads to Taylor Bray put in the comments that people that she's been talking for a while are now starting to reach out, and she put in quotations consistently. And so again, just I know that that's like you hear someone say the word consistency and you want to backhand them and you're just like, please shut up. Like I never want to hear that word again, but it is so true.
Because consistency never, ever brings immediate results. Consistency is what's going to happen for you next year, maybe next month, but next year, consistency is what's going to get you there. And I think that that's why people, they hear consistency and they're like, bleh, I want this next week. I want my power of 3 1,500 this month. Right. And then you don't see that. And then you get frustrated and say it doesn't work. There are so many lurkers. And so Taylor, you saying like people are like now starting to reach out. It is because of your consistency of feeling like you're not really making a difference and people aren't reaching out, but then you're consistent. And now all of those lurkers in the background are like, dang, this girl really does love Meta Power. Wow, this really does help her be a mother and be there for her kids. Like people believe you now because of your consistency. So I'm so proud of all of you guys. And thank you so much, all of you, for sharing.
Yeah. Veronica just said something good too. She says that I've doubled my following the last couple weeks because I've incorporated other things like, oh shoot.
Things to reach moms like self-care recipes and decluttering.
Yeah.
Amazing. So cool.
That's awesome.
And I feel like that one, so first off, obviously consistency, like everything we say is going to be consistency, but also value. Like you are providing value for people. It's not just like a filler post to be like, you checked off the box of posting today. You're providing value for people. Like your favorite cooking blog, you come back when you make a good recipe from a food blogger, you will go back to their blog over and over again. I need to make a dessert for tonight. Oh, this girl posts really good cookie recipes. You're going to go to it. So you're someone's favorite food blogger, essential oil status, which is awesome.
These are such good ideas though. Like I love learning from all of us, like the content calendar. Brooke also said that she has a calendar on Google and she lists her reels and topics each day, which that would help a lot if you're an overwhelmed mom.
But you know what's so cool that I'm just realizing right now? I have reached out before this call. I did not know Brooke was doing that. And I didn't know Taryn was doing that. And I reached out to both of those girls before, like the other day, just said, hey, I see a difference in you. I see a difference in your content. Like you're doing amazing. What are you doing? And both of them are doing that. Like I just that they're both doing that. I should probably start doing that.
I know I should start doing that.
Is there a way, Taryn and Brooke, that you could maybe like share the Canva thing that you're using or the Google thing that you're using in the Voxer, and maybe people could piggyback off of that or just use the template?
I can take a screenshot of mine because it's just like on my actual like Google account, and I just
Cool.
go in and I change the colors, so I color coordinate it. But yeah, I can share.
Amazing. Amazing. You guys are awesome.
I can also share a screenshot of mine, but I can add you to the template if you want. So then if you want to go in, you can like, I don't know, I think there's like a tab up at the top where you can duplicate the page and then it will like double it and you can edit it for yourself and then you can name it yours if you want to.
That would be good. I would love that if you shared all those things, Taryn, because I need to start doing that now that I have a newborn and can't just like twiddle my thumbs all day long and waste time. Okay, so I love all of those ideas. Thanks for sharing all of those. I do kind of want to like shift the conversation a little bit, because these are such great ideas and it's so fun to like ride these highs and like collaborate and learn. But then sometimes it is so easy and it's so natural and it's so normal to go into the depths of like, oh, I'm frustrated that I didn't enroll 5 people next month like I did this month, or I am frustrated that I've been here for however much time and I'm not making money, or I can't figure out my Power 3 250, or I can't figure out my Power 3 1500 or even 50. And so in those moments, something that has really helped me and many of you that I want to share is looking at your business and really taking like almost like a grocery list bullet point audit of yourself and asking yourself, what am I not doing that I think I'm doing? I literally asked myself that question like probably like a week or two before I had Goldie because I was really frustrated. And Sam helped me with that, with those questions of myself. He's like, okay, what are you not doing that you think you're doing? And I was able to audit myself so much and be like, well, I think I'm showing up, but I really wasn't. I thought I was getting value, like Eden said, but I wasn't. I thought I was planning some content like effectively, like Taryn and Peyton and everybody, but I wasn't. And so that was really good for me. And Eden, I know that is a huge thing that you ask yourself all the time too, right? Is like you take audits of yourself as well.
Totally. Because sometimes, I don't know if you said this when I walked out, but let's say you posted 3 reels this week, like 3, you're like, oh my gosh, I made 3 reels this week. That was so much. And then in your mind, you're like, I checked off the box of like post reels this week and work. But then when you break it down, you do the audit, which Sam helped Sydney do. It's like, well, how long did those reels take? Really? Like, okay, maybe 30 minutes to make 3 reels. Then if you apply that to any profession or any business in the world, if you were a waitress at Cheesecake, Sydney said this example on the phone, if you were a waitress at Cheesecake and you worked for 30 minutes, how much money would you have made in tips in 30 minutes? Maybe $10, right? Maybe you got a good table and you got 20. So when you break it down and be like, how much time am I really putting into my business and providing that value? How much value really is there? You can break it down and see, what did we say? We said, are my expectations matching my effort that I'm putting in? Because sometimes we're like, you want all these big things. I want to like walk for diamond and I want my 1500 bonus and I want all of these enrollments. And you're like, and I posted 3 reels. So you break that audit down and you're like, okay, wait, 30 minutes a week isn't the amount of effort that requires this expectation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But also Justin Harrison, for those of you who don't know who Justin Harrison is, he's like the master distributor in doTERRA. And I remember I went to a class of his or something like years and years ago. And he was like, what are you doing every day for your business to like move the needle forward? And I was like, I don't know. Like I'm filling up some sample bottles. And the next thing he said, filling up sample bottles does not count as working your business. And what is filling up sample bottles in our social media world? Thinking about a reel doesn't count as posting a reel. Planning your content doesn't count as doing your content. Like the difference between Taryn planning her content and doing her content was 5 enrollments. Like there's like talking about a live with your upline or one of your leaders doesn't count as you going and doing the live. So like I've tried to put that into perspective. What is my sample bottles that I'm filling up in my own scenario? Because we don't fill sample bottles up. Like we do so much on social media that put a huge perspective into my mind. Even a couple weeks ago when I was like complaining to Sam. And then really if you stop and think, is 3 reels a week or 5 reels a week even going to produce my Power 3 1500 or my Power 3 250 if I have 500 followers? No. So like it's a great time for you to really commit to like some needle moving activities. And those really can be different for everyone though. Like maybe I can ask you guys this question, like what do you think your needle moving activities are? What are the things in your business that seem to like start conversations with people or seem to be the thing that's like, oh, that really did help me get an enrollment. That did make that conversation move to, something other than just a flat conversation.
Hey, I love what Peyton said. She said, I had a meeting with Brooke, the account manager, and she gave me such good advice. She said, I need to start seeing myself as a businesswoman, no matter the rank, no matter the income I'm receiving. My business is not going to grow if I don't see myself as a businesswoman. I love that so much. Ryan and I were actually having a conversation about this. I was talking about how people look at this business as like, oh, this is just my like little side hustle. It's just my little side thing. And Ryan was like, well, then it's always going to be a little side thing. Mm-hmm. So Peyton, thank you for sharing that because it's so true. Until you see yourself as like a businesswoman, it's going to stay a side thing.
Yeah. Also, Peyton, I do just need to shout her out because I think we can learn so much from Peyton. Peyton has really stepped into like more of a leader businesswoman role the last couple months too. And I just want to give some examples and maybe you can take these on as your own and like emulate these or start practicing these. Like Peyton now is like always in contact with her direct upline, who's Lauren. And I just found out that Lauren and Peyton are now going to start having like their own like business calls with their specific leaders. And Peyton set up a meeting with her account manager and her downline a couple months ago and talked about the strengths, similar to what Whitley did with us last week. And I am so impressed by that because that means that Peyton is helping her leaders do needle moving activities. So she's not only the one doing needle moving activities, she's supporting and helping and encouraging and being there for her women as well, which is so amazing. Okay, Megan, I took the training over the summer by James Wedmore, the digital CEO, and it literally helped me get more in the mindset of being the CEO of my business rather than just working on or in my business, which was so helpful for me to think about when it comes to doing the needle moving activities that makes it possible. I love that. Was that part of doTERRA, Megan? Or who like what was that? It was something else. Okay.
Yeah, so he's like I guess like a high level like business coach, and it was something that he did in collaboration with Boss Babe. So yeah, so I ended up doing the training and it was really helpful. Like it was something that I just never really I always kind of felt like I was working on my business, kind of like how Eden was saying before, like thinking of it more like a side hustle and like, yeah, I'm just doing this thing, but not actually like stepping into the role of like being the CEO of your business and like taking that next step, like Peyton said. So it was really helpful.
Which kind of leads, I would love to talk about for just a second some actual needle moving activities. We all know that, of course, social media, of course, you can share the Diamond Club code. So like take all of those and put that in a box and like that's obvious in our line of work. But there's some other good needle moving activities that I know I overlook a lot of the time, which one of them is project broadcast and supporting your current customers. And Eden called me, it was like a couple days after I had Goldie, and I did exactly what Eden told me to do, which was share this project broadcast text. Eden, can you talk about it? Because it was a complete success for me. And I was like, I'm going to steal that. I'm doing that. So Eden, tell them what you did.
Yeah. So I feel like sometimes, obviously, we overlook the customers that we have, the people that were willing to invest money in oils. They're like, oh, I'm interested and I will spend money. And then sometimes we kind of forget about them because we're like, I want that enrollment email. I don't know why. It's like cocaine. It's like, what? Gives me high. Um, we need to dig into our customers that are already there and they love us and they want what we have. So I have so many that are inactive that I haven't talked to in a year. They receive my texts every single week with promotions, with recipes, with remedies, with this on sale, with this code, with all of these things. And I just had this thought of, what if I just reach out to them and expect nothing and kind of share nothing, but let them know that I'm here to help them? So sorry, I was trying to find the text. I sent a specific group of people this message. I said, hi, sweet girl. I know it's been a minute since you ordered oils, and I just wanted to check in and see if you personally needed anything. A lot of people don't realize this is really me. Ha ha, but it is. Like a heart face. Because some people think it's like a mass text, right? So they're like, it kind of looks like a mass text, but it's not. So like showing them like, hey, this really is me. And I just want to let you know, like, if you need anything, you can ask me and I'm here. I sent it to, I think, like 30 people just like as a test. And I think I had over 15 respond. People that have never responded to me. Hey, this is on sale. Hey, if you add this much to your cart, you'll get this free. Hey, like telling them all of these great deals, like it was valuable, never, ever responded. Even one of them was a wellness advocate. And I was like, hey, I saw you signed up as a wellness advocate. Are you interested in the business? Crickets, like never responded. She responded. I'm like, oh, Gina really, she just wanted me to say hi. But I had 15 people that had a conversation with me. Some of them reactivated and bought again. And I actually gave them the advice, if they hadn't ordered in a year, they just re-enrolled. So they didn't have to pay the enrollment fee. And then they got all the freebies with the diamond code. And that was me showing them like, hey, I'm actually here to get you as many free things as I can. Some of them just asked like, oh, what things should I get for fall? I've actually been like thinking about ordering more, but just don't know what I need. I'm like, oh yeah, let me help you. Some of them were like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize this was really you. Sorry, I never responded. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's totally fine. I just wanted to let you know, like, whatever you need, I'm here for you. But it was starting those conversations where now I have this relationship with these people. And in the future, if they ever have a question, they're going to ask me. Some people reactivated. Some people are like still flies on the walls. And that's great because they know that that open communication is there. So I saw it work. I let my community know about it. And then, of course, I called Sydney and I'm like, hey, I want you to try it and I want you to see if it worked. And you found success in it as well, right?
Yeah, I sent it to, I don't even know how many people. It was probably more than 30. I think it was like 40 or something. And I had like high hopes with it. I was like, okay, I really think this is going to work. And it totally did. There were a lot of people that responded that were like, I need some things for fall. Like, what should I be getting for fall? Or one girl, she doesn't have any kids, but like she loves oils. So like she doesn't use as many. And she was like, oh, I just find that like I have them, but they're kind of going to waste. What do you recommend? Another person was like, I'm a boy. And I'm like, sorry, Robert. Like, I I don't even know who you are. Like, then respond to me and let me know what you need because I don't even know who you are. And then other people, like, there was probably like a good 5 or 10 people that said, you want to know what? I don't need anything right now, but thank you so much for checking in. I'll let you know if it changes. And I was like, perfect. That sounds great. So, that kind of just goes into the realm of checking in with your customers, which don't discredit the guide that we talked about a couple weeks ago. Maybe it was like a month ago now on Team Huddle, the She Enrolled Now What guide. And it's like that 10-step process of what you can be doing with your customers for their first 3 months after they enroll. And if you follow that guide, that is needle moving work. That is business building work. You are checking in with your customer. You're sending her the recording of the welcome call. You're inviting them to the welcome call, like inviting your customers who have already enrolled and already spent money to the welcome call. That is needle moving work. That is building your business.
And then, sorry, can I add to that? And then following up. So
Yeah.
you're going to come to the call and you're going to see, like, have a notepad of the customers that you enrolled or that you invited, maybe past customers that have never come. You have a list of them and you see who came and you see who didn't. And so it is your responsibility to reach out to the people that were not there and send them the recording. Mm-hmm. Because if they never get educated on how to use their oils, they're never going to purchase again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And then obviously, like I said before, reels, doing lives. I like lives don't necessarily bring in enrollments for me. It's not like, oh, I did a live, I got 17 enrollments or 1 enrollment. But it is giving valued conversation. It is giving value to the 4 people that get on, or the 7 people that get on, or the 1 person that gets on, that's your cousin over in South Carolina. Like, it does give value. Also checking in with your leader or your upline or whoever that like you collaborate and talk to all the time, and seeing what you can do on your back office to better your organization. Like, what exceptions can you put through of wasted volume? Where can we ask people to upgrade their account? Like, I swear Peyton and Tylo are always on their back office like 44 times a day. Like, they know when someone purchases 50 cents worth of something because she's like, oh, it went up $1. Like, okay, it went up $1. Like, it's the best. And they're always like, oh, I wonder if I could ask this person to upgrade. Sydney, that's your enrollment underneath that person. Can you ask them to upgrade because we need somewhere to put these people? Or like, what exceptions can I put through to like move this volume over here so it's actually usable volume? I know that's kind of, advanced stuff if you don't understand that, but even being in contact with your upline and talking about that kind of stuff. What else would you say, Eden, are some needle moving activities?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love everything that you just said, and definitely going over the guide that Sydney made. Like, it literally breaks it down. We have so many resources in our community, and I think we forget about them. I forget about them. I'm like, oh yeah, we have that. Taylor mentioned the triple dog dare challenge.
Oh yeah.
We have that with your like, what do I post about? That literally has 100 ideas. If you're like, I want to plan out my month, go look at the triple dog dare challenge. It has like 100 ideas of things that you can talk about or post about. And then, yeah, I think reaching out to your customers, making them feel valued. Megan said, I know this from past experience, not nurturing your enrollments is a huge mistake. So I think that nurturing and pouring into your people, and then just always being consistent. And I know Sydney said that what she was saying about Peyton and Tylo, like knowing exactly where their volume is and like brainstorming for, okay, at the end of the month, I have to move my enrollments and move this volume. Where am I going to move them? Oh, I don't have a place to move them. So I need to figure that out. I know that maybe does sound like advanced stuff, but if you don't know what that means, like let's get you learning what those things are. Mm-hmm. What Megan said, like that you're the CEO of your business. If you don't know something about your business, like you got to learn it or it's not going to grow. If you don't know the back office very well, let's teach you how to use your back office. If you don't know what moving volume means, let's get you knowing what moving volume means and why you need it, or upgrading someone. Why would you do that? If you don't know, talk to your leader and be like, hey, can you please explain this to me? Because those are important things to move your business forward.
And while that isn't technically like bringing volume in or getting enrollments or getting people on LRP, I would say that it's like a smaller needle moving activity, but it is so important for your business. And the more that you are that businesswoman and that like you understand, like Eden just said, the better foundation your business is going to be. And so don't discredit those things either. There are so many needle moving activities that you can be doing.
Can I say one?
Yeah.
So just to piggyback off what everybody's saying, I kind of want to just stress to you guys like how important it is to, again, like cater to the customers you already have. Because when I first got started, I was like, oh, I'm not getting any enrollments at all. And enrollments are great, but at the same time, you could enroll 5 people and then them not order anything else for 3 months, and it's not going to do much for you. But if you have consistent customers who are like, you're teaching them about LRP, you're teaching them about what oils to use when their kids are sick, and you're like growing these. For instance, I have a family who's like really close to me, and I just kind of kept at them a little bit at a time. And now the mom was the first to like dive in. And now two of the sisters have enrolled with me, and they all want to start ordering on a monthly basis, and they're gonna like piggyback off of each other so that they can also earn points but have their own individual accounts. So it's like when you feel like you're kind of bombarding people with too much information, it's like you just want to make sure you're fostering those people you already have, because those are the people that are going, like, one, you're going to help them, which is the whole point of our business. And two, like, yes, enrollments are great, but like I said, they might only bring in like, they might only get like one or two oils, and then that doesn't help you for next month. But those people that you've been fostering for months and months, they're like, I don't know. I have noticed with the whole consistency thing that people are now signing up under LRP because they're understanding what is, and they're understanding like, oh, okay, well, I can get free shipping and I can get a free product from just like these. Yeah. My sister just signed up on LRP and she got a balsam fir. She's so excited. Balsam fir. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but I just wanted to piggyback off of everybody and just be like, I've noticed the difference. And I was the first one to be like, I can't stand when people like just talk about be consistent, foster the people you already have. Cause I was getting so frustrated with like sending out project broadcasts or like text messages and nobody responding. But then, when I kept reaching out to those people and just saying like, I'm here to help, I'm here to help, I'm here to help. And they finally like take you up on it and say, okay, I finally want your help. Like, what do I need for this? And then you get in this whole conversation with them, and it just is like eye-opening to them. And I don't know, it's just a whole success around the board because you helped them and you helped your business and you helped your family. So anyways.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Taylor, because that's where the residual income comes from. So it's exactly what she said. You get an enrollment, it's like great for one time, but then you're going to have to like try and be pulling more people in each month. When you really foster the people, like Taylor said, that's the residual income. That's where you can like be on a beach in Mexico and wake up and hit silver because you already had all of those people that you educated, they enrolled, they got on LRP, and they're going to order every single month now because they know what they love and they know about the products and they know how to use it. So that's the power of consistency, fostering your people, and then you get that residual income, which we're all wanting. So thank you for sharing that, Taylor.
Also, I know we need to go. We're already 10 minutes over, but there's nothing wrong with having to take an audit of yourself often. Like, you're never going to be perfect at everything. There's going to be seasons where you need to foster more than enroll, or there's going to be seasons where you need to lead more than you need to do a ton of content. So maybe just like be really honest with yourself and have like an honest notes in your phone or in your notebook, like wherever you can write down your thoughts effectively and easily, and notice where you need to talk about things more. Like maybe you never talk about LRP on your social media or your project broadcast, so none of your customers know about it. Maybe you talk about that like a little too much, so maybe you need to like start talking more about education, things like Peyton's doing right now. And so just don't feel like you have to be perfect at all of these things. There's going to be different seasons, but take a note for yourself. Okay, Brooke said something really good up here that I wanted to share. If you don't know what to post or stuck, ask for help or ideas. I love that. I know for me, my niche is emotions. Sometimes I feel like I'm so repetitive or not bringing anything new to the table. So if anyone has ideas of what they would want to know, share them with me. I love that. It's so powerful to ask for help or ask for ideas.
I just want to say, and being repetitive is actually a really good thing because people need to hear it like a million times before they're like, oh, okay. Like Taylor said, I want your help. Be repetitive. Keep saying it. I love that. Thank you for sharing, Brooke.
Is anyone doing regular educational calls, workshops with the community? Just curious. Megan, we normally do. We normally have lots of continuing education classes. I think after Silver Club ended, we all were like, oh my gosh, I cannot teach another education class. So let's plan some more education classes, especially here in October, November, and December. They're such great times to do education things. Let's all do them together again.
We do the one call. I don't know if you already know about this, but we do the one welcome call. Sydney and I run it that you can invite all of your people to. It's like oils one-on-one, just like the basics. So that's every.
Is that next Wednesday? Because we changed the time. Remember, guys, like our welcome call is now during Team Huddle. So it's next Wednesday. The 25th is our
25th. So now would be a good time to start talking about that and sharing it. Send it to your project broadcast people. Hey, next Wednesday at 12:30 Eastern time. That's my time. We have our welcome call. Start inviting people, start talking about it. Don't wait for someone to make a graphic. If you don't have a graphic, make one. If you don't want to make a graphic, just text it. And then if you do make one, share it. So yeah, and it was like meant to be that we changed it when we did, because if we didn't, that would have been Halloween night. Like, no, we would have changed it anyways. Like, it was meant to be.
Also, Megan, can we invite people who are interested, or is it just for enrollees? Like, we kind of do love to keep it as for people who are just like enrolled, and so we go over all of the oils that like people have enrolled with. But Megan, like, you're so new. If you do have a couple people who are interested, please invite them so that they can learn about essential oils for sure.
And I do feel like marketing this on your social media, being like, oh, our team calls next week. I'm so excited. Anyone that's in our community gets invited to come. Like, people are like, well, I want to come. It's like a good time to like get people interested in, why would I join your community instead of this person over here?
Yeah.
You know? And so I think it's a good thing to talk about on your social channels so that people can see why your community is special and that you're going to take care of them.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're over. I love you all. We'll let you get back to your families and preschool pickup and work and everything. But I hope this was helpful. It was really good to learn from you guys today, too. Like, thank you for sharing. Thanks for giving me some advice about planning and everything. I appreciate it.
Love you guys so much.
Guys.
Let us know if you need anything.